Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago Monetary Policy and Kaiso Show for the 2022 season. Yes, we are early. We are always the first one to go. Tonight, we have a very special show that we bring to you along with our partners from TUCO. In fact, the show is so special that I've decided to tell you nothing about it. You just have to enjoy it and see what we think is a very beautiful experience. Well, all right. Let me give you a hint. Tonight, we are privileged to say hats off to our dear, powerful exponents of the art form who have left us. This will be presented by other powerful exponents of the art form who are still with us. So I want you to not sit back and relax, but I want you to get up, dance, use your chairs, use your tables, enjoy the show with us as we bring this to you in collaboration with TUCO. So that's it. Long live Kaiso.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Today is an evening of celebration. Not just celebration, but we say hats off. Hats off to our icons. How can we forget them? And at the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago, under the guidance of our dear Governor, Dr. Alvin Hilaire, we always recognize our icons. We always recognize our culture. And this year, we are doing it virtually. Virtually, we are tipping our hats to our icons. So wherever you are this evening, virtually, and as you view us, we would like to ask you at this moment to just tip your hat. Hats off. We are doing this in conjunction with TUCO. Every year we partner with TUCO for Calypso History Month. And this year, in this season of pandemic, we are still paying that tribute to our icons. We have a really great evening in store for you guys, and we ask you to view to the very end. Like us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, like us on social media, like us on the Central Bank's website. And without further ado, I'm going to invite the interim president of TUCO, Mr. Ainsley King, to bring greetings on behalf of TUCO.
Thank you. Okay, I want to take the opportunity to recognize the governor, Dr. Alvin Hilaire, and all other protocols observed. I also want to take the opportunity to say thanks to the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago for such a great relationship that every year at around this time, we come out here and we celebrate Calypso History Month. This is our 19th edition. And this year, it is going to take the form of a virtual mini vintage concert. I want to take the opportunity also to let you know or to reveal a great initiator, and that is the one who has came up as created the brain. He is the brainchild of this event, and he's none other than our past president, Mr. Lutalo Masimba, Brother Resistance. A man who, without a doubt, has contributed to the landscape where culture is concerned in a very effective way. And you could tell by this event, because this event is now being done far and wide, maybe across the world, where people choose to celebrate this event in their own way. So, Brother Resistance, he's gone. But I could assure you that he is still here with us because his works lives on with us here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the world. Now, I want to take this opportunity also to hats off using the theme of the Central Bank for this event this year, and say hats off to those who are being recognized today. Brother Superior, we also have Ken Philmore Professor, we also have Brother Sprangalang, singing Sandra, and the king himself, Brother Resistance. And the theme, I must mention that, because TUCO has their theme, Central Bank has their theme. The bell rings. That is our theme for this year's 19th edition of the Calypso History Month. I now want to pay tribute to like the musicians, to like the song suppliers, the DJs, the revelers, the Calypso lovers, who contribute to making our events what they are. So I say thanks to everybody. And as Brother Resistance will say, stand firm for your culture. Thank you.
Okay, hats off. And as we go through this evening's procedure, we ask you at each occasion that you get, keep tipping your hat. Tip in your hat. These persons have done us well. And to get our show started today, we'll start with none other than Stacey Sobers. Stacey Sobers is going to come to you today, and she is going to highlight the work and the effort of our dearly beloved sister and mother, as we know her, none other than singing Sandra.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I tip my hat to Mother, singing Sandra. You want to help to mind your family. You want to help your man financially. But nowadays it's really very hard to get a job as a girl in Trinidad. You're looking out to find something to do. You meet a boss man who promised to help you. But when the man lay down the conditions, it's nothing else but humiliation. You want to see your whole anatomy. You want to see where your doctor never see. You want to do what your husband never do. Said you were sure if this scam will hire you. Well, if it's all this humiliation to get a job these days as a woman, tell them they could keep their money. I go keep my money and die with my dignity. Waiting like my PP, using the power of cash and position, waiting to abuse and exploit every woman. To get the work, you have to go to bed with me. Become the safe second wife and deputy. And as the next woman come on the line, he starts to tell you we're good, you can't whine. You want to see you in some fancy pose. You want to see how you look without your clothes. You want your cock up like a bloody acrobat. The wife had told me, yeah, she to do that. So before I have to let down somebody, of course I let the police come for me. Tell them they could keep their money. I go keep my honey and die with my dignity. Oh, oh. amongst a buffalo who might be looking quite handsome and macho. You tell yourself you want to walk with him, so you decide to try a ratchet feet. It's when you're done, it's then you get to know his wife leave him and gone long time ago. With all the cash he have, he's a failure. The man ain't nothing but a blinking sukuda. He want to feel up your navel and your breast. He want to see if you halota on your chest. The kind of thing he want to do you with his hand. Like if he's searching to find the promised land. But as a woman, I don't make any skylar. Before I slap him and he die over. That's all. Tell him, keep your money, I will keep my honey, and die with my dignity. Whoa, whoa. Hey, yeah. Sing it. It's have a lot of women just like me who might be not too well off financially. You need a walk and you really need it bad. A man decide to help, you must give that. And if you value yourself as a woman, you will demand respect from the vagabond. Stand up to them and let them know the truth. It's what you want, you ain't no making prostitute. You have a ball on your back, he want to see. He want to see if you have marks on your belly. He want to know how much man you had before. And if you're strong enough to take any more. I have my pride and I have my ambition. I want to hold my head up high as a woman. Tell them they could keep their money. I go keep my money and die with my dignity. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Before I go into the next song, I'd like to give you a little story. I was 2018 National Calypso Queen. Thank you can clap for that. And while I was in the competition, I know Singing Sandra was in the audience. By the time I got off stage, she was outside waiting and looking for me. And she was like, Stacey, my daughter, if you do not get this crown tonight, I'm going to pelt Big Stone because your performance reminded me of me, and that crown belongs to you. So I want to do this song in tribute to Singing Sandra. Bless her soul. Where's the Seed King? Oh, Queen. Listen. When I hear the word king, my brain register. The civil rights leader, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. When I think about a queen, my brain immediately thinks about a real mighty power, a symbol of majesty. I think about the great kingdoms of the past, not some reckless girl or youth man out there playing old mask. But there seems to be a trend prevalent by the youth, hailing each other as queens and kings. Sometimes nothing further from the truth. She's not no queen, he ain't no king. True royalty no do certain things. She's not no queen, he ain't no king. True royalty no do certain things. Listen, have you ever seen a king screw up his face?
He's not a king.
Wearing a belt, but he pants off his waist.
He's not a
Until
king.
Monday morning, he line up by court, hiding to patient support. She's not no queen,
He ain't no king.
No,
True
no, no.
royalty, no certain thing.
She is not a queen, he ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. Tell them, Makanda Daga, he was a king. Uriah Butler, oh, what a king. Be careful who you calling queens and kings, because true royalty don't do certain things. Certain things. Certain things. Listen, when I hear the word king, the Abebele's come, because I never seen no king linemen all day on the block. When I think about a king, Nelson Mandela comes to mind. One who lays life on the line. It's truly a special kind. I think about someone who cares when he poor, not someone with a big foot trying to break open my door. You see, nobility doesn't lie to see children get destroyed, turning them into rude girls and boys, have them playing with guns like toys. She is not a queen, he ain't a queen. No, royalty don't do certain things. She is not a queen, he ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. Have you ever seen a king treat children like me? Giving them drugs to push in the schools, telling them the only way to be a real man is if they had the biggest bang bang boom. She was a queen, he ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. She is not a queen, he ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. Tell them Marcus Garvey, he was a king. Lejesu Omawari, oh, be careful who you're calling queens and kings, because royalty don't do certain things. Listen, when I hear the word queen, I think about an empress, exquisite finesse in behavior and her style of dress. When I think about a queen, I feel something musically. A song called She Is Royal, a classic from Taurus Riley. I see a strong man of virtue and class, not one who can think for herself, won't even try a cooking class. Hey, just check out Google, research Queen of Sheba, and right here in Sweet TNT, we have a queen in Leslie Daga. She's not a queen, he ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. No, she's not a queen, he ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. Queens only let children with the neighbor, but spend the last dollar to go passa. She not a queen, sharing their body with no regards for it, and she wanna end up in a grave. She was a queen, he ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. She not a queen, he ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. Audrey Jeffers, she was a king. Elma Francois, oh what a queen. Be careful who you're calling queens and kings, because true royalty don't do certain things. Certain things. Certain things. To all my queens and kings, I hope you understand. Loyalty is based on character and personal constitution. Think about the politician, behaves like an emperor, forgetting the same peasants who gave them power, poverty and hard times. Look, people can't relax. Give them an ease with the squeeze of paying more tax. People feeling hopelessness with leaders who have no heart to get a job or a favor. Someone you bow to their money power. She's not a queen, she ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. She's not a queen, she ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. We want to see a king who puts people first. Stop the corruption, they run hunger authors. We want a queen who understands the people's strive to fight for better quality of life. She ain't a queen, she ain't a king. True royalty don't do certain things. She's not a queen, she ain't a king. jockey, king. Be careful who you're calling queens and kings, because true royalty that is certain things, certain things, certain things, certain things, certain things, certain things, certain things. Thank you. Certain things, certain things, certain things, certain things, certain things, certain things.
Again, coming off the stage, oh my word, what a performance.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If someone was passing along the Central Bank, they will really think that Singing Sandra was inside. Hats off to that performance, Stacey.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to do a Singing Sandra. I mean, our relationship was great, and it's a real honor to be able to execute her work the way I did, or the way you think I did.
It was well executed.
Thank you.
But tell me something. I heard you said on stage something about when you were performing, and I want our viewers to know that Stacey Sobers is our reigning 2018 Calypso Queen. You mentioned something with Mother.
Yes. So after the performance, I came outside, and she was waiting for me outside. And she said, Stacey, my daughter, if they don't give you the crown tonight, because you remind me of me in your performance, and that performance was fantastic, and if you don't get the crown, I'm going to pelt some big stone.
I could see why. Beautiful, and how timing.
Thank
You
you.
know, she is, however we put it, a queen. And Stacey, we want to thank you so very much for being part
It was
of our
an
production.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you, and hats off.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go back stateside as we welcome none other than Makini. He will be performing in tribute to Brother Resistance.
Blessed day. Rhapsody time! Dedicated to the late, great Lutalo Masimba. When the sea get rough, you gotta rock the boat steady. You ready? All hands on deck is our call to unity. You ready? Identify yourself and answer the call. Now you have to put yourself back against the wall. It's nation time. What time it is? 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 Together we aspire, together we achieve. Have to come together if we really believe it's nation time. Together we aspire, together we achieve. Have to come together if we really believe it's nation time. Forward. Big bang badang babang bang badai hui. See the flag fly high. Stand up and be counted. You ready? Hear the nation cry. Don't take it for granted. You ready? Satisfy yourself and move with a pride. Keep up the struggle and strengthen your stride. It's nation time. What time it is? 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 Together we aspire, together we achieve. Have to come together if we really believe it's nation time. Together we aspire, together we achieve. Have to come together if we really believe it's nation time. Badege, bam diggy, bam badege, bam The great late king of rap soul brother resistance, personal instructor, personal father, personal being. Listen to the words. Hey, you can't hide at all. I bring a rhythm to defend the tradition. Pour back, jam back, drum on the bass. Representing the rap soul nation, person to person, face to face. So when I see me better clear the way, I see rough neck spread to the Cambole. I come tell me life from day to day. So hear me when I say, when I say, when I say. Run your run, run your run. Run your run, run your run. Run your run, run your run. Lord, I come to rock every room in your conscience, beat out chain and free up your brain. I ride any rhythm from the heart and resistance. Who don't care, but I must feel the pain. How much longer we gonna stay in bondage, blind under pressure? You can't stay away. I done jumping so I gotta stop this advantage. Jamming all night for a brand new day. Run your run, run your run. Rhythm inside you, Lord. Run your run, run your run. Lord, run your run, run your run. Run for myself in the rhythm inside. Run your run, run your run. You can't run for myself in the lyrics inside. I ride in the rhythm from the heart and the struggle. I put my foot anywhere that I please. I'm living up with love when I ace to the battle. Lowing down for some man, but I bow to my knees. You don't plant yam, you carry banana. Facts of life and you damn well know. You're fooling each other and you're causing disaster. Before time you must have to go. Run your run, run your run. Run your run, run your run. Lord, clear the way for the rap soul master. Jump this rhythm, let me rock and come in. Move Mr. Gate, man, a band and a better. The people authorized with the control the scene. Pull it up, select that, come back again. Jam liberation all night long. Beat this rhythm, ease out the shade. Hey, oh, so hey. Can't hide, you can't hide. You can't hide the rhythm inside you, Lord. Can't hide. Lord, the voice of the late great Lutalo Masimba.
Just can't run away from yourself, you know. Yes. No matter how you run, you know you just can't hide. You just can't hide. With the power of the word and the rhythm of the word, we're bound to find you. Deep inside you. Yes.
You can't run away from yourself. 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 You can't run away from yourself.
Oh, what a day. It's rap so time.
Of course.
I'm loving it. And we are here with the young, talented Mark Makini Nottingham. Mark, welcome to the Central Bank.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Walk me through your performance.
Well, I dedicated this one to, of course, the late Lutalo Masimba, Brother Resistance. So the first piece I did was Nation Time. This is a very instrumental piece that Resistance wrote, about our nation, and we should be representing it well, and, stand firm for our belief and our culture. And the next one was Run Your Run, which is a masterpiece. Yeah.
Indeed it is, indeed.
Yes, that's a very lyrically constructed song that that hits in all corners. Yes. So.
And if you had to tell the audience, the virtual audience today, one of the things you remember about Resistance and working with him, what will it be?
Well, I've known Resistance since I was 14 years old, right? As a young man growing up, I started singing in a group called Black Lyrics, and he saw our talent and groomed us and brought us in the whole rap fraternity. So Brother Resistance is like not only an icon but a father figure everything I do in my life, he is part of it. You know, me becoming a teacher and all of that, you know, was true guidance from him as well. So I'm very, you know, proud to say that.
I'm sure he is.
Yes,
Wherever
I'm
he is,
representing
he's
him.
proud.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
A very good performance, and keep the Rapso going.
Of course.
But I have to hustle back. It's happening so quickly. As we go back on stage for the live performance now of none other than Len Boogsie Sharpe. And he's going to be paying that tribute, that hats off, to none other than his own rivalry. You know him by Professor Ken Philmore. And as we continue, when I tell you this program going nice, it going sweet, I felt like I was once again in Panorama, boy. I was on the strip coming up, and then I reach in the stands. And who I get to listen to? None other than Len Boogsie Sharpe. Boogsie Sharpe, great performance. I can't emphasize that enough.
I want to say thank you. You know, this was for my brethren and all the artists, great artists from our country, loving artists, you know, especially my boy Professor Ken Philmore. You know, and I played 2 songs, right? To make it short, sorry, short. I played Far Down Below, which he had he played that same song with me that year.
In Panorama?
In Panorama.
Okay.
He take my song and play it.
He take his song and play it.
It was a
Brave.
great song.
He brave.
I love him for that. He's a jolly and nice person. You know, and he had a good chance to win, but there was so, you know, he's a jolly fella. So as in Panama, you gotta keep your band cool. You know, if you go in that way jolly, you know, you can't be too jolly. You gotta be focused on what you have to do.
Correct.
You know, but we end up tying, and then I play one of his best song, Pan by Storm.
Pan by
It was
Storm.
an honor for that to play that for him now.
Okay.
You know, me and Professor Israel brethren some long time. And matter of fact, Phase 2 I did a CD some years ago. And I bring him as a guest soloist
Okay.
to perform on the CD, but he do a nice solo and
Okay.
stuff, you know. So I want to say hats off to everybody. Hats off to the Central Bank people, and hats off to all the people who support in this Trinidad and Tobago. This is our culture, support our culture.
Correct.
You know? And I want to say, in my whole soul, all the people of resistance, Supi, singing Sandra, Professor, everybody who died, I can't remember everybody's name right now. But my condolences to your family, and we'll always remember your contribution in our music industry of Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And this is not all, but at the Central Bank this year, we choose to honor and say hats off to really some of our icons, because there are so many. And thank you so much as we go backstage and we go on stage now to bring on one of our very good performers, and that is going to be none other. The person is going to be depicting that of Sprangalang. Bring drinks. None other than Damion Melville.
Oh Lord, neighbor, tune up. Wherever I go, you catch me. Here following all your tongue. Oh Lord, forget the sugar we have passed me a vessel. And I don't want no plastic glass in case it fall out my hand. Oh Lord, buenos dias, amigos. Buenos dias, amigos. Dance I give to you. Compliments of the season to you. May all your dreams come true. But right now this is what I want you to do. Bring the rum for me, it's Christmas. Bring the rum for my sake. We could drink a flask, we could drink a nib. If you have a bottle hiding, bring it out today. Oh, viva oh. Why, viva oh. Beno Carla, se a bue carasio. Baba bira oh, me die say no more. Roti and egg, peanut butter and turkey leg. Who cook this thing? I miss Nana Capital. Please make use, amigos. A toast we give to you. Here we all are gathered today in a trusty way. But right now this is what I want you to say. Bring the rum for me, Christmas. Bring the rum for my sake. We can bring a glass, we could drink a nib. If you have a bottle hiding, bring it out today. Oh, boy, like chow chow. That is to put on the ham. What's saying so? Who cooked this thing? The black egg hard, the block egg strong, the ginger beer green, the sorrel ripe. What is this? It's a dog show. Anyway, don't bother. We just want something to control the stomach until we reach home, because this thing will make our small intestines look big. Ah, Lord. Just get ready. Nicely. Farewell, we are departing, and thanks we say to you. The liquor and food done, so we have to run. Two is the Lord, yeah, we one for the road. Bring the rum for me, Christmas. Bring the rum for my sake. We could drink a flask, we could drink a nip. If you have a bottle hiding, bring it out to thee. Oh, baby, Meno carwa, say a break, carasio. Wababida, oh, did I see no more? A green sheet pie, made from breadfruit. Neighbor, where you get the recipe? In one of your children's copybook. It really tasted like the 6 timetable. Bring a glass, somebody bring a glass. So besides, don't give me no glass, I will drink straight from the bowl. Somebody bring a glass. Marjorie, Marjorie. No, Marjorie, you can't eat everything. Sometimes people may get hungry later. What? I will take a pepper sauce and a glass of water. No sweet drink. Pepper sauce, a glass of water, 2 blocks of ice. Darling, you have no Epsom salt. I feel like my stomach turning back. Normal salt. And if you're in a normal Epsom salt, we go soak the ham in it. Your ham have plenty salt. Mr. Gentleman, you used to drink, I used to drive. But you're telling me drink, don't drink nothing. You go drive, but who are we drinking? I is the designated drinker. You is the designated driver. If you know you can't handle it, then you go ahead, drink. I go drive. Because the two of we can't do the same thing, because the same thing they put the two of we in trouble. What kind of? You see me? You drunk. You go ahead and drunk. I go drive. So besides, I taking a taxi to come out and hear you. Where here is? Where here is? I was here before. Where do I get taxi to come out? I can't say from the pen of Dennis Sprangalang Hall, that's from the head of Dennis Sprangalang Hall. And because of men like Dennis Sprangalang Hall created things like, not things, I shouldn't call myself a thing. People like myself, Damion Melville. So I'm going to dedicate this to Mr. Sprangalang. I find people too vexed. People that just be vexed. I'm watching people that go into church vexed. They go sit down in the church vexed. They're going home from church vexed. Put something in your mind, think about it and laugh. All I had to learn to laugh. People just too tense. Put your mind back to when you was in school. You're running around the schoolyard, you're pitching marble, rolling roller, you're playing tag. And when you was thirsty, you used to go by the normal water pipe with your dirty hand and drink. And if the water was dripping or running slow, you go down on your knees and you suck the pipe head. Now everybody get big, they want bottled water. Oh, the place so hot, we want bottled water. They don't want to wash water again. Put your minds back and laugh. Put the children, sit down and give them stories. We stop give the children stories. Put your mind back to a good Baptist or Indian prayers in your area. Now, that was true national unity. Because you didn't care who was sitting down next to you. Once they go in the back of the house, cut the normal fig leaf and spread it. And share the food like HDC houses. One. And them days you could have thief a piece of meat. Because you tell the fella next day, watch what the lady getting on in the kitchen as he turn. Now everybody want piece of foil to carry. Laugh. Remember them things. But before you eat in any prayers, they had one bowl of water for all the children to go and wash their hands. You in the line. But you inside studying. The little boy who was digging his bobo, wash his hand in that water. You in the line. The little girl who was sucking her finger all through the prayers, wash your hand in that water. You in the line, true. The little boy who come bare feet and was digging mud from between his toes, he wash his hand in that water. The drummer who was in the prayers was digging his nose and making ball and flicking it. He too wash his hand in that water. You reach up, wash your hand in that same water, sit down by your fig leaf, eat, and then you lick your fingers. Now everybody get big, we want hand sanitizers. Things to put your mind back to and laugh. And if you wanted to know if your wooden house was strong, you keep a Baptist prayers. Because Baptist woman was always woman of circumference. After the 6, hook, hook, hum, 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 and your house up, you had a good praise. But the highlight in every prayers was your bag. You're not leaving the prayers without your bag. And they have to give you a brown bag so you could see the grease on the outside. And in that bag, tulum, sugar cake, tambran ball, popcorn, corn cruise, chili BB, a piece of fig, half an apple, and to top it off, a dinner mint. So when you reach, you eat what you could eat, and you're going home. But you have to hide your bag, because your brothers and sisters, them go thief your bag, you hide your bag. As you get up in the morning and you reach for your bag and you pull it out, ants used to be all over your bag. What your mother always tell you, ants have no bone. So you knock out your sweet bread and you eat. Put your mind back to them days and laugh. Only 2 tenths. Tense, I tell you. But put your mind back to the latrine days. Oh, watch your face, watch. You know when the little fella was all of that, they used to say, we have an outhouse. No, it's a latrine you had. And every latrine had a jetless. And for emergency purposes only, it always had a branch that used to come in to your latrine. Put the children sit down and give them stories. So they will know now when they go in the nice toilet. They can make 16 wrap, 1 wipe and throw. Let them know you used to use Guardian, Express, Bomb, Blast. And when your mother was vexed with your father, the punch was your 1 ply and your 2 ply. And when you wanted a softer feel, you just dip it in water. Put your mind back and just laugh. All your 2 tenths. And you never realize in the latrine days, when you catch a hot one, it used to take you like 30 morning. So you used to arm yourself with a candle. Open your back door. Peep. And you run fast to the latrine. Now you can't play stupid, run up fast, take off your clothes, open the door fast. If you only raise the jet, you're going to be running around your house with a candle. Your neighbors going to feel you walking over here. So you run up fast, open the door slow, and you go in and you do your thing. But most of the times when you finish, and you look to the left, you look to the right, you look in the back, it had no paper. But you are to remember, the branch wasn't there for emergency purposes only. So right where you're sitting down, you would ease up and take 2 leaves to use. Anytime you go low down and you interfere with sting and knuckles, it just harass you in a different kind of way. Things to put your mind back to and laugh. Put the children sit down and let them know stories. Thank you very much, Dennis Sprangalang.
As we continue to tip our hats off to our icons, we are now going to listen to none other than Abebele. You may know him as Neil Batiste, but in the Calypso world, he's called Abebele. Continue to view. Don't move off that channel. Remember to like at the end of it. Remember to tell a friend. And let's continue to give the artists the tribute that they need and that they deserve. Hats off.
Cultural greetings in these COVIDious times. Brother, Lord, Dr. Superior. Andrew Makano was born on the 30th of November, 1937 in Rio Claro. 1954, he was referred to as the 16-year-old boy wonder of Calypso. He always said, compose songs that will stand the test of time. So let's see if this makes sense. Black people in Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, talking to black people who live in America, Brazil and Venezuela, all over Europe and Canada. This gap that exists between you and me, it must be bridged, this high class stupidity. We are Africans, man, we are one people. So from them other nations, we ought to take example. Cause if an Indian born in England, he's an Indian man. And a Chinese born in Scotland is a Chinese man. It's high time my black brothers try and understand. I don't care where you're born, you're still African black man. I don't care where you're born, you're still African. You might find blacks scattered here, there, and everywhere throughout the Western Hemisphere. The so-called Negroes hate the word Africa. They will hate the next black brother because he's from a different area. I know every man is known by his land. Example, the Japanese, they come from Japan. The Englishman, he comes from England. So tell me, Mr. Negro man, exactly where is Negro land? Cause if an Indian born in England, he's an Indian man. A Chinese born in Scotland is still a Chinese man. It's high time my black brothers try and understand. I don't care where you're born, you're still African black man. I don't care where you're born, you're still African. Trying to be what we not, that is the curse. We are Africans and that must always come first. We are divided by water from Africa. So tell your son and daughter, blood is thicker than be proud, you don't have to be ashamed of your blackness or from where your forefathers came. I am sure many times you have heard it said, if a cat born in an oven, that don't make it cake or bread. But if an Indian born in England, he's an Indian man. And a Chinese born in Scotland is still a Chinese man. It's high time my black brothers try and understand. I don't care where you're born, you're still African black man. I don't care where you're born, you're still African black man. I don't care where you're born, you're still African. I don't care where you're born, you're still African. He used the guitar and the national instrument of his land to promote our national culture. In tribute to the Pan pioneers, and no doctor, his little boy, what would you be when you grow up, Roy? This boy was a brilliant youth and studied for a moment. He scratched his head and then he said, Daddy, I want to play a pan when I become a man. I want to play a pan, that's my ambition. It's not like before, the no cultural ambassador, so I'm going to be one for sure. This old doctor looked real surprised. You could see a strange look in his eyes. Son, will you be a lawyer? Maybe a good doctor. No, I don't plan to form a band, hear me plan. I want to play a band when I become a man. I want to play a band, that's my ambition. It's not like before, the no cultural ambassador, so I'm going to be one for sure. But being a cultural ambassador for this Twin Island nation, he had to fight for years to get a license for all local radio station. You know why? People were saying local thing ain't good. Hey, Alan, ain't that something? And he changed it. Walk around, you're going to hear the tour. From the small towns all the way to New York. Trinidadians crying, Calypso is dying, and there's only so they're buying. But let me put them all straight, cause I'm an optimist. I know Calypso is great, and it will long exist. All of them were saying so, well, little do they know. All of them go dead before Calypso, you know why? This same Calypso has outlived rock and roll. Calypso will outlive soul. Much more will come, and when they are gone, this same Calypso will be carrying on. It's an unusual guy. Kaiso and Pan, for him, they could live or die. This man is so unsincere, he don't know when he learned to appreciate what's his own. Just give him something for it, he's going to buy that fast. without caring, could be second class. Once the radio and TV say yes, we could compete, you tell yourself that must be good for him. This same Calypso has outlived rock and roll. Calypso will outlive soul. Much more will come, and when they are gone, this same Calypso will be carrying on. All tents packed up in February. We dancing non-stop, we Calypso crazy. Once the radio and DJ is good in February, soon as March come, loses quality. This same Calypso has outlived rock and roll. Calypso will outlive soul. Much more will come, and when they are gone, this same Calypso will be carrying on. This same Calypso has outlived rock and roll. Calypso will outlive soul. Much more will come, and when they are gone, this same Calypso will be carrying on. Long live vintage Kaiso.
Okay, we are going to go to a part of our virtual event where we'll be making some awards to a family member of the past icons. So we have our governor, Dr. Alvin Hille, and we will also have assistant, our very own senior manager, HR, IR, and ER, none other than Mrs. Nicole Crooks. So we tip our hats on each occasion, and we are going to start with Lord Superior. Unfortunately, we do not have the very own Dr. Janet Stanley McCann with us today, but very, very good friend of Lord Superior, we have Brother Mudada, and he will be collecting. Could you come this way, please, brother? Hats off to the work. You can take off the mask for your pictures, please. You can take off your mask for 15 seconds. So much. Hats off. Thank you so much, Brother Mudado. Move right on to the wife of Ken Philmore, the lovely Sophia Philmore. Hats off. We here at the Central Bank, along with TUCO, representing and appreciate the work of that legend and that icon. You can take off your mask for 15 seconds. Hats off. Thank you so very much. As we continue going, we'll ask Mr. King remember, all this is being done virtually, and we are going to ask Mr. King, he's going to be receiving on behalf of Mother Singing Sandra. Mask off and hats off. Thank you so very much. We appreciate. Moving right along. And happy birthday in advance. We are going to be asking the wife of our very own Sprangalang, Natasha, you know her, Sexy Susie. She's going to be coming to receive. We appreciate the work. Thank you so very much. Hats off. Continue tipping your hat. Thank you so very much. And we are going to be calling up none other than the brother of Brother Resistance, Neil Lewis. Neil Lewis, we appreciate the work of Brother Resistance, and the bell will always ring. Hats off, mask off for 15 seconds. Hats off to our icon. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Mrs. Crooks. Thanks all those that accepted, and now the show must go on. Here with me this evening is none other than Neil Baptiste Abebele. Abebele, what was going through your mind when you were performing that tribute to Lord Superior?
Well, being in close proximity to the gentleman for roughly the last 5 years of his life was a total learning experience, because all the time I thought I was a guitarist until getting wrong Dr. Andrew McCano and people like Professor Willard Harris. Then I discovered I was playing with the guitar, I wasn't playing the guitar. And those are the two gentlemen I tried to emulate. Dr. McCano had a dream, and it fulfilled on 3 occasions, where he wanted his house converted to a performance space, the vintage house, and have patrons coming and being entertained in the yard. And when he's finished, he go upstairs, have a bath, and relax. It happened on 3 occasions. He hosted the Glamour Boys, he hosted National Trust, and he hosted the Furious Flower Poetry Club from James Madison University, Virginia. Thankfully, I was the opening act and sometimes MC on all 3 occasions.
Well, congratulations on that. You truly did do him well here today. And I'm sorry that, we are in this pandemic. But however, I know the viewing audience will certainly like your performance. And we are asking you to please continue to go on YouTube, go on the Central Bank's website, go on Facebook, and pay tribute to the artists and to the icons. As we say here at the Central Bank, hats off to our icons. As we continue to say hats off in the Central Bank style, and as TUCO would say, the bell rings for this Calypso History Month. Tell me what it was like performing on stage.
I had fun. I mean, it's the first time I have to do something like that, though. And it was a nice experience for me. And it was nicer because I had to do Sprang. Sprang is a man who creates his own words in his own unique way. So to go into a Sprang thing is not like it's a written script. He just go in a booth and just do it. And it really, really was a nice experience for me.
And that is what made it so nice this evening, is that this tribute to the icons. It was not just about the Calypsonians. We included the comedian in the form of Sprang, the pan with Professor Philmore, and even the twist you took to bring it over for, lighten up. Yes, we are going through a pandemic, but lighten up. And I really did like that. If you had to give, in your view, some cherished moment you had with Sprangalang, what would it be? I know that hard, I know it hard.
There's so much though, but one thing that will stand out for me is we were doing a show, and there was a female MC on the show, and she had a beef with another female but they weren't talking. So, and she had to bring on the individual, and she came to the dressing room and she said, "Sprang, you had to bring show, because me and she ain't talking, And Sprang said, "What? Let me tell you something. That is your job. The audience out there don't care if totally talking or not. Your job is to bring out that individual
And you are going to go out and bring out that individual as a professional. And I think that stood out to me. That said so much for me, because many a times you see, you have that beef, but your job is your job. Your audience, people paid you to do your job, and you need to do your job as best as you can. And I think that was something that I held on to, because it happened to me. And nobody would believe that I was not talking to the individual. We start back to talk because of how I was bringing him on in that level of professionalism. And I think that resonates with me a whole lot. There's so much of Dennis Sprangalang Hall, though.
That's powerful. So, there are so many sides. Sometimes we see one side to an artist, but there are so many other sides. Thanks for sharing that. And the show is going so good. They're coming down to the end. And right now, as we both head back to see the guest performance, who is none other than Austin Lyon, Super Blue. And Super Blue would have had the distinct privilege with working with all the icons that we are saying hats off today. And let me remind you quickly, Lord Superior, Sprangalang, singing Sandra, Brother Resistance, Professor Ken Philmore. What more could we say but hats off?
Greetings, John. Lord. Give you John. There you go. Welcome. Tonight we go jump. One more time. Give you John. Hello. Meeting people is so wonderful. I can hardly wait to meet someone like you. Maybe just to give myself a chance. Help me keep on loving existence. Hello, hey, hello. Brum, hello, yeah, hello. We keep things under control. Very often we should say hello. You can start with me, my friend, today. Look at someone in your eyes and say hello, yeah. Hello. Bum, hello, yeah. Hello. Like for instance, meeting strange faces. Where you need assistance urgently. There is no other proper way. All you got to do is smile and say hello. Boom, baby. Hello. Yeah. Hello.
Well, my name is Superboo, Australians. I used to say I'm a cultural ambassador of Trinidad and Tobago. But it's at a time in Montreal, they locked me up. You see, cultural ambassador, because I'll infringement without visiting. But coming to the thing about it, when I come in town, I come in town with a care and I pray. And one day, what would happen? Because my mother teach me to pray. God work in mysterious ways. So I'm honored to be here when Central Bank have me here to honor icons. A round of applause for that. It's a big thing. Because God has showed me it takes special eyes to acknowledge and see and recognize special people. A round of applause for the contributions. Sharpe, Philmore, Resistance, Sandra, Sprangalang. I had encounter with all of them, and all give me the encouragement and the blessings. So I say thank you, Father, just for the thought of Central Bank having me here to do my piece. I would like to do a song because they mean so much to me to show in culturally I love them.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shine on me. I want my whole life to be to sing for you, to sing for you. There's a way, everybody say, to do each and every little thing. But what good will it do if I ain't got you? Trinidad and Tobago. If I ain't got you, you know what I say? You don't know what it's like. No. You don't know what it's like to love somebody, hey, to realize, hey. In my way, see your face again, and I know my fame of mine. You ain't got to be so blind, 'cause I'm so blind. I'm so blind. I'm a man. Can't you see what I am? I live and breathe for you. Well, what good will it do if I ain't got you? If I ain't got you, you hear what I say, yeah? You don't know what it's like. No. You don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love you. Hey.
I know how to get here. They say there is really is way. Them fellas, when them stage with them fellas, even my good face. Cummings and the Wailers.
Central Bank, in this COVID time, was a lockdown. So, the amount of people right here will move in with protocol, so it's virtual. So I appreciate. Let me hear you. How you sounding like 10,000. Beautiful. Specialized for special people. Shadow, give me the attention. When I come in talk to you, I want Blue Boy. He gave me that break. I salute him too. Winston, and all the other kind of guns. Sprangalang, Sandra, Resistance, Philmore, Superior. So, Shadow, see, I was to be here with this song.
Listening to a prayer meeting, Baptist people preaching, Italy dying from happy shaking. So I tell my partner, while we get closer, because I tell myself I hear in soca. Though it was something to be spiritual, to me it was man back and oh Lord, for the dancing, some jumping all the time. If you see Baptist for mankind, hey, whoa, oh, 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 like soca Baptist, like just send the power take me, cause me too a crazy. So they embrace my hands and start to spin me. But I created problems. I start to fight with them. So this spirit in me, they have no mercy. When they see I really give him trouble, the preacher laid hand in his Bible. Oh, what after 2 faithful. Psalm 166, we talk around Baptist means. Hey. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
And this one, I'll leave you with this one. It's my contribution to all the icons for accepting me. Central Bank, thank you for having special eyes for special people. Thank you very much. pray for a day like today, bright and shining, a soca glory. Everyone with a fire and a smile on their face, Lord, you got it of every creed and race. Phenomenal, lovely atmosphere. If the Lord is our shepherd, who shall we fear? The party start, fantastic Friday. Sincerely from your heart, thank God it's Friday. I'm here to say I love you. Fantastic Friday. Hey boy, somebody do. Hey. Friday, mash up the place. Friday, in from the place. Friday, right back and back. Friday, I'm back. And the bumps is stop, 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 the bumps is stop. Bumps all over. Hey, hey. Hallelujah. We are blessed by the best, I suggest. We thank the Father in heaven for every soca that we written to inform, educate, entertain, and heal culturally. We reach and retreat, like the sunrise. Please open your eyes. You don't know how the tune is go. The party start, fantastic Friday. Sincerely from your heart, thank God it's Friday. I'm just here to say I love you. Fantastic Friday. If why somebody go, Friday, my happy place. Friday, in front of the Friday, Friday, and the bumps and start, 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 bumps all over. Hallelujah. Thank God for soca. Hallelujah. Yeah, we shall soca. It is written. Let it be done. Come down. What I'm calling. 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 What I know that bumps and start, the 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 bumps and start. With the rags and the flags, we start. Bumps your body and let go. Trinidad and Tobago, thank the Lord, our God, for God free that man. Rush shot in your head. So salvation, Mr. Greg. I'm gonna take the bed, my bread. Tell so William and you, I'm back to explode. The party start, fantastic Friday. Sincerely from your heart, thank God it's Friday. I'm just here to celebrate, fantastic Friday. If I somebody move, Friday, my happy place. Friday, in front of the place. Friday, Friday, I'm back. The bumps and start, 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 bumps all over. Hallelujah. Thank God for soca. Hallelujah. What I'm calling, 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 what I'm calling. Soca agents. High piece of soca.
What a way to bring down this evening's performance virtually. And here with me is none other than Austin Lyon, Super Blue. Super, walk me through your performance, not being able to come from a scaffolding this evening.
Well, I ride after you, because you was the MC, the master of ceremony, and you say hats off. To put a smile on people's face and know how special them players is. We Trinidad and Tobago have a culture and it's special eyes to recognize and special people. I was surrounded with special people. That's how I made it, right? And I know Trinidad and Tobago have a special place in my heart. And them icons, who all of them is angels to me. We didn't have no scaffolding that time, but it just has sort of just expressing feelings in the art form. I mean, because Kent prefer Philmore, me and he, superior. Sprangalang always gladden my heart. And with a word of sense. He always something so beautiful after all them laugh with me. Singing Sandra, my mother, I know when she knows climbing, but after a lost shock, then United Sisters, then and she have grown into a kind of womanhood. Queen. Mother.
Right.
Motherhood.
Motherhood.
So, and she preached it and she lived it. So, musicians, I'm missing them because every time I see music walking, and I say, at that time, someone, brother, and take out this resistance. Stance! So, bend the corner. So,
right.
The musician, brother musicians, you have talking, full hats off them. So, and Central Bank, I have to say thanks to you for doing this little bit there, putting your 2 cents and nicing me up for culture.
Thank you very much. It's always a brainchild of our dear governor, interculture and the arts. Right. And we really recognize and appreciate all our icons. Yeah. So we thank you again for taking the time off.
So, and thank you again for specialized to recognize how special people in culture.
Correct. Yeah. And we have to continue to pay that tribute to all our icons. And today Central Bank is recognizing some of, because there are so many. Yeah. And as we say, hats off. Hats off to our icons. And the bell rings. Thank you so much. Thank you, Central Bank. Thanks our viewers. Thanks TUCO. Thanks to the performers. Thanks Super Blue. Thank you so very much. And continue to enjoy the evening. Continue to be safe. Continue to look at this again on YouTube, Facebook, Central Bank website. Tell a friend. Most important, thumbs up, like it, and hats off.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to our, as Governor would have introduced it earlier, the first Calypso tent for 2022, right? Thanks so much to all the artists. We appreciate you. We love you. We were jumping in the back. You probably couldn't see us, but we thoroughly enjoyed you. To my favorite chorus girls, every year we look forward to seeing them. Thank you, ladies. To the wonderful band, Cummings and the Wailers. Thank you. Don't drop my mask. Thank you. Thank you so much to the family members who are here. We truly treasured your presence, and we hope that you appreciated this little gesture. Thanks so much for joining us, and see you again in 2022. Hopefully, not virtually. Thanks a lot, everybody. Be safe.